please wait until you get a microphone to ask the question. As soon as all of our cameras are ready, Frankie's ready. Got quite a few questions down the front by the looks of it. We're actually going to start over here first. So.
Ricky, why Stephen Smith didn't bowl a single over in today's match?
Basically, I felt that our fast bowlers would be the most dangerous in those conditions. I thought the wicket, as you could see by when Pakistan bowled, even the wicket was up and down for the quickies on one length in particular. I thought Sean Tate would make some breakthroughs for us in the game in those middle overs in particular. And I thought whenever Brett Lee bowled, he looked very dangerous. Brett Lee and Mitchell Johnson, whenever they bowled, they looked very dangerous. So that was the main reason. Jason bowled his full quota, I thought was pretty good. So we couldn't bowl everyone tonight. The game was never going to go down to 50 overs. So I used the guys that I thought would be most dangerous on that wicket.
Ricky, how do you see the quarterfinals? Any teams you want to avoid? And the second question is, how do you feel the defeat? How do you feel about the defeat after 34 games?
Oh, it's a disappointing loss for us. I mean, we won the toss and batted on a reasonable wicket, a pretty good wicket, a wicket that was certainly had more than 170 runs in it for us. As I said, the bounce was a bit inconsistent, but it didn't spin very much. Came onto the bat at reasonable pace. So, on one stage in the game, we were 1 for 70 or 80 and looked like we were going to sort of post a 240, 250 sort of total. But we had a big collapse in the middle of the innings, and that allowed us to only make 177. And I can't fault the endeavour or the spirit that the boys showed with the ball and in the field. I thought it was terrific. We fought our way back into the game and actually gave ourselves a chance of winning when we had them 6 down, but just not enough runs. We needed to make that 240 score if we were a chance of winning.
Ricky, you're probably going to play India now in Ahmedabad. Considering how well they play spin and Jason's lack of wickets, are you convinced that he's the best option rather than, say, putting a Hastings in?
We'll have to talk about that over the next couple of days. I mean, we don't know who we're playing yet. All likelihood it might be India, but we need to see who we're playing and what the wicket looks like before we sort of finalise what the makeup will be. I thought Jason was pretty good tonight, to tell the truth. I thought he looked pretty dangerous. Hence whenever you have a bat pad to a spinner, you think that he's creating a bit out of the track. So I thought he was pretty good. He went for a couple of boundaries in that last over, which probably made his figures not look quite so good. But overall, I thought he was pretty good.
Ricky, yesterday in the press conference said that you wanted to play your best cricket against Pakistan. I'm sure it did not go according to your plans. That is my first question. The second question, you waited for the umpire's decision. Were there any doubts about the nick?
No, there were no doubts about the nick. I knew I hit it, but as always, I'd wait for the umpire to give me out. So that's the way I've always played the game.
It was a UDRS decision?
Sorry?
They referred to the umpire didn't
That's right,
give you out?
the umpire gave me not out, yeah.
And my first question was, it didn't go according to your plans?
No, it went nowhere near according to our plans, to tell the truth. We were very disappointing. The way that we batted was nowhere near good enough to win a World Cup game against a good Pakistan side. We've got some thinking to do about that, the way that we batted today. As I said, 1 for 70 or 1 for nearly 80, I think we were at one stage. All out 177 is not good enough, and that's not going to win you many games of cricket. We tried valiantly, we tried as hard as we could, but just weren't good enough.
Rod. Ricky, another innings where you personally have sort of played a couple of good shots and then kind of not gone on with it. Do you get to the stage where you sort of doubt yourself at all, or are you still confident you're hitting it well?
I felt good today again. I mean, I'm just getting out, as simple as that. I mean, I look through the tournament so far. Run out in the first game, stump down the leg side in the second game off an opening bowler. And today you get a fair piece of one that you hope to get past the keeper and it sticks in his glove. So, it's just the way things are happening for me at the moment. I'm trying as hard as ever, and I feel like I'm actually seeing the ball as good as ever. So if I keep doing the right things, hopefully that big score will come for me. I mean, it's been a few games now, and I certainly haven't scored the runs I would have liked to have scored in the World Cup so far, but big games are coming up, and hopefully I'll get some in the quarterfinal.
Ricky, which bowler do you feel from the Pakistani side performed well? And especially if there is Abdur Razzaq, then how you comment on it, the performance of the Abdur Razzaq, and especially tell about all the bowlers of the Pakistani side.
I thought all the bowlers they used today did a very good job. Raymond did a good job opening the bowling, I thought. He bowled good line and length, made it difficult for us to score runs on the offside. Umar Gul's first spell was particularly good. Afridi was okay. I thought we played him particularly well. He was the one that we probably singled out at the start of the game. And then Mohamed Hafiz gets 1 for 26 off 10 overs. We weren't able to rotate the strike anywhere near well enough off him. So he was the one that probably put the brakes on the most, to tell the truth. The overs he bowled from I think he bowled from 14 to probably right up to about the 30th over there somewhere. I think he might have bowled unchanged. He put the brakes on. And when you've got a guy that's doing that at one end, it does build up pressure. And generally when you build up pressure in one-day cricket is when teams can have batting collapses like we did today. So you've got to give them some credit for the way they bowled. And we'll certainly learn from the experience today about what you have to do to play spin bowling well and how to rotate the strike a bit better.
Ricky, do you think it could be a loss you probably had to have, I guess, to serve as a bit of a wake-up call before the knockout phase? And secondly, if you do play India, just how big a challenge will that be?
To be honest, I don't think the loss will hurt us at all. I know for a fact the guys haven't been thinking about the winning streak or anything because it hasn't been mentioned around our group or at change rooms or meetings or anything. But I just think the fact that we've played a good Pakistan team and we've come up short will get all the guys thinking just exactly what they need to be thinking about and the way they need to play to win World Cup games. And trust me, we've done all the talking about it this week. Our team meeting yesterday was very thorough. We went over everything that we needed to go over, and we've had a chance to do that for the last couple of weeks, to tell the truth, about understanding conditions and understanding situations. We found ourselves in some tough situations today and we weren't good enough to get out of them. So we have to learn from that, and we have to learn from it quickly, because if we play India in Ahmedabad, if we do that, then you can guarantee that there's going to be the same situations are going to pop up again, and we have to handle them a whole lot better than we did today.
Ricky, would you consider that this defeat is the end of the golden era in Australian cricket in World Cup?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Is the end of the golden era in Australia in the World Cup?
We've lost one of our last 34 games, so I don't think we're going that bad. For you?
Down here.
Ricky, you won the toss and batting first, but your side all out for 176. Do you think the wicket is more concerned about the batsman, or do you think any reason for your batting failure today?
No, I'm not going to blame the wicket at all. It was a little bit too paced, and as you could see, it was a little bit up and down bounce-wise. The ball that Michael Clarke got today stayed down a little bit. I think that's probably the only ball that did anything that cost us a wicket. The wicket was okay. It was certainly a whole lot better than 177. As I said, when we were 1 for 80, we were looking at a sort of a 240, 250 sort of total. If we had got that many runs, I think it would have been pretty hard for Pakistan to chase.
Ricky, Australia came into the tournament with an all-pace attack. Now, was that decision simply based on the fact that there's a severe dearth of quality spinners, or based on the fact that still most international teams find it difficult to play quality fast bowling?